Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to be here. My name is Kaylee and today we're going to be talking about how the overall longer screen times in younger generations causes more harm than good. Overall longer screen times can be defined as any time spent on a screened device such as a phone, tablet, or TV that extends the 2-hour limit recommended by the AHA or the American Heart Association. Younger generations can be defined as children aged 2 to 5 or essentially anyone under the age of 35, given that that is the bulk of cell phone users globally. As this is a value debate, all I'm going to need from you is to make a judgment on the value being discussed, which is that the overall health of our younger generations is being diminished by higher screen times, and the criteria for the debate should be based off of documented health disadvantages and scientific studies that show how higher screen times affect our overall health directly. Thus, I present to you my case statement that prolonged screen times in younger generations do more harm than good to the overall health of our citizens. First issue that I'd like to discuss is going to be that the psychological well-being of our younger generations is severely at risk. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America, along with the National Institute of Mental Health, noticed a spike in anxiety in the last 10 years in those aged younger than 18. This study also extended to those aged 18 to 29, and there was a significant trend. However, it was focused mostly on adolescents. The U.S. Health News documented a 52% increase in depression and suicide in young adults and teens in the last 12 years, and U.S. News documented that overall math and reading scores nationwide have dropped several points in the last few years. You notice that this does also coincide with the recent popularization of tablet and cell phone usage in our younger generations. The PEW Research Center for Global Attitudes and Trends did a study on who under the age of 35 uses a smartphone and owns a smartphone. Japan was at 96%, Brazil 85%, South Korea 99%, Germany 98%, and US and Spain, 95% of people owned a smartphone and used it regularly. Then you look at the Prevent Blindness organization, and they did a study on blue light, which is what your phone uses to project images to you, and they recently linked that to early loss of sight and blindness. So where exactly do screen times come in that? Well, they're the main contributor to the decline of overall health in America and also around the world. The American Academy of Pediatrics also recommends a 2-hour-a-day limit on screen time along with the AHA. However, ABC and the UK Telegraph both did documentations and studies and found that people actually spent closer to 40 to 50 hours a week, which is 6 to 7 hours a day on their phones. And this is including working adults. So adults who go to work all day long, while they're at work and after they come home, they total around 6 to 7 hours a day on their phones. And the West Virginia Education Association did a study on children and teens and found that just on social media, they spend 9 hours a day. So 9 hours a day, not including TV, movies, tablets, whatever else they're going to be doing besides social media. The U.S. National Library of Medicine and the National Institute of Health linked high screen times to poor sleeping patterns. So the longer you're on your screen for, the less sleep you're going to get, which has also been connected to blue light with the Prevent Blindness organization. But this is unfortunate because sleep is connected to everything that we do in our life. We need it so that our brain can function properly. The preventative medicine reports documented that the number of cases of depression and anxiety, even suicide rates in those with higher screen times actually doubled those of lower. So what exactly does this mean in our daily lives? Well, the decline in psychological health has a severe effect on our younger generations, specifically those under the age of 18. Their brains are still developing. They're still trying to get in the swing of everything that's required for you to do well in life. But they very commonly develop something called screen fatigue, which is legally defined as a computer vision syndrome. It's eye strain, dry eye, all of these symptoms that come together to give you what's called asthenopia. Asthenopia is treatable and it is curable, but it causes some severe health problems and can be actually linked to blindness and early loss of sight as well. The preventative medicine reports also documented that the increased screen time levels lower the levels of curiosity, self-control, emotional stability in younger adults. So if you're under the age of 18 and you're debilitating yourself in this way, it's seriously detrimental to other childhood development as well. In addition to this, it makes a difference in schools, in sports, and in daily function. So much so that it has actually forced the creation of what's called a gaming disorder under the World Health Organization, and it is covered by the Disabilities Act. The gaming disorder by the World Health Organization is characterized by an impaired control over gaming, priority given to gaming over your daily responsibilities, as well as a skewed time perception. So the inability to control yourself from spending too much time gaming is also applicable to addictive things such as social media and other things that you find on a screen device. Time perception can be found through color differentiations. So wait screens, they use certain different colors to make it seem like you're not waiting for as long. You can get lost in a game, you can get zoned out, you can get sucked into that vortex of social media and not understand where your time went. You go there and 3 hours has passed and it feels like 20 minutes to you. So that's actually really debilitating to your other life responsibilities. In addition to that, the BBC did a school study. They went into a middle school and they found that when they had students put their phones down for a week, got them less screen time, they had more free time, they felt more enjoyment where they are in life, they got to read more books, they had more sleep, and they suffered from less stress. So, thus we can see how higher screen times causes more harm than good to our younger generations.